What's up everyone, it is me Jarrett over here at VXVision 1394 back with another Will It Work? Today I actually have one that I am hoping it will work, and I hope that doesn't backfire on me because the past few videos that I've done I really wasn't too concerned if they worked or not, and they ended up working. So this one here that I'm going to unbox today that I have here in this box is kind of a rare camcorder in my opinion. Or obscure. It's one that you don't come across very often, and up until a few years ago, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, I didn't even know it existed, to be honest. So with my experience in the past of selling electronics, Sony camcorders and stuff like that, I had video 8s, high 8s, digital 8s, mini DVs, VHS-C, and this is a style of one that we did not stock. Did not carry, and just through my years of dealing with camcorders through skateboarding and whatever, I never saw this style of camcorder. So at any rate, what is in here in this box is a DCR-SC100, and what that is this is the high 8 version of the one I'm going to be unboxing, and this one I came across at a swap meet. Like I said, about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I came across this one, and I almost missed it because these look a lot like the Sony Mavica digital still cameras that took the 3.5-inch floppy. Very, very similar in cosmetics to that. So, and then I saw the video high 8 down there and I was like, what in the world? I had never seen, this style. The Sharps I had seen where they, would move, but this style of Sony Handycam I had never came across. So, picked this one up, of course, and then on the auction site, I saw this one available, so of course I jumped on that. So yeah, I hope it works. If it doesn't, I'm at least hoping it will power on and all the features will work, because this will probably go into my collection, the personal collection. And as long as the, most of it works, in the FireWire port, I do have a FireWire recorder that I could use this with if I choose to. But yeah, other than that, MiniDV, in the pictures you can see it does come with a remote control, and I see a battery in there as well. I can't tell if that's a Sony OEM battery or if that's an aftermarket one. Not really too concerned. It's just a basic L series, so I've got extras of those, so in case it doesn't work, it's no big deal. Looks to be kind of dirty in the pictures as well. I wouldn't say really rough condition. It just looks dirty. On camcorders like this one, the SC55 that I was mentioning before, and some of the more rectangular vertical style camcorders, kind of a mixed result. I've had about a 50-50 on those working as far as the ones that work and don't work. So again, as long as just base save, the tape compartment doesn't, as long as the basic functions and the FireWire, maybe AV out, I should be good on this one. But if the tape compartment does work, that would be sick too. So, yeah, I didn't have a lot to go by in terms of the pictures, but it was enough. And then for the, for it, that was totally fine. Final price on this one, I got this one for $51, not really the final price, but I got the camcorder for $51.01. Then with tax, shipping, and everything like that, it came to a total price of $65.14. So totally worth it, in my opinion, worth the gamble, because I feel like if it does work, even though I won't resell this one, it's well worth that probably right now in terms of the value. I haven't looked at this one, I don't know exactly. But I would say with all the accessories fully functioning, or most of the accessories fully functioning, probably no less than 200, maybe even 250, possibly higher, I don't know, haven't looked. I know a lot of people have taken this style, the SC55 and then the SC100, and they've put the digital recorder on it, not the FireWire one, just the basic AV. Remember what the brand is right offhand. That's terrible of me. I should know that. Yeah, the most common kind of the one that people are using with these style of camcorders and with the other ones are the immersion power play. That's just a basic composite in, so it's really not giving you the full one-for-one But they're still cool in their own right. It allows it to work. But the FireWire ones are definitely better in terms of external recorders. So yeah, hopefully it works. But if not, like I said, as long as those things work, I'm totally cool with that. But having said that, let's get into it. Here's the box. Packaging is solid. Not a lot in there, so let's get into opening this one and see what we got. This down here. Damn, I got a lot of bubble wrap with this one. That is crazy. Dude, I almost got a full tube? What do you want to call it? A bubble wrap. That's incredible. That is a total waste of money on their part, but I will take it gladly because I will reuse it. But they take the hell out of this thing. Oh, not too bad. Alright, cool. Look at all this bubble wrap. Looks like exactly how you would buy it in the store. Whole roll. That's crazy. Alright, here we go. More tape. Where the heck does this one even open? Right here. Some more tape here. Yeah, these are pretty cool looking. Just different, you know. Oh man, my tape got messed up. So, one more piece of tape, I think. Oh my lord. I think that's it. Alright. And then all this stuff. Alright. First things first, here is the remote control. I don't even know if that's the factory one that would have came with it or not. I have no experience with this, and this is not yeah, that's not an actual Sony OEM battery. It doesn't matter. Maybe it'll work, maybe it'll charge. Might even have better luck if it's a more current non-OEM one of it working. Okay, here we go. Shoulder strap. Oh, I see some flaking. I've talked about this before in the past. The flaking of the wrist straps, where this black, let me flip it this way, you can see there, that black edging will wear off of these a lot. Set this off to the side. I'm going to take the shoulder strap off here. Okay, there we go. Shoulder strap off, another accessory, so that's pretty cool. I don't know how much of these, or how much of a North American release these styles, or this style, or these styles of camcorders had. Where I was at originally in the Midwest, like I said, I never saw this, and saw these, so just kind of looking over it at the same time. Condition wise, other than the wrist strap and a little bit of, looks like sticker residue where the stickers would have been on the front of the unit, but all that'll come off. Let's see here, a few, just a real small, looks like nick up here by the zoom. The LCD looks a little bit of wear on that as well. Lens is dirty. Let's see if the bottom is good. Overall, I'd say my first impressions of this, 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10 in terms of cosmetics. Not that bad, really. The wrist strap is common. There is not a battery in the compartment. That only takes the basic L series, not the higher capacity ones. Let's open this up and see if a tape's in it by chance. And there is a tape in it. So that's, if you've seen the past videos, that's not the best. Might not be the worst thing in the world. This has some wear to it there, but that might be, could just be age cosmetics because it is kind of rubbing off. So we'll see. I'm not sure on that either. Yeah, like I said, I'm not the most, I mean, I'll know how to use it and operate it, but as far as, you know, everything on this, knowing exactly where to go, not 100% the most familiar. So another interesting thing about this one, like the SC55, this model, is it does take a unique, let me find where it even plugs in, a unique power supply. Over here, this is not it, but over here we have like AVs, S-Video, mic, probably headphones, Firewire. Yeah, all that stuff is over here. Where in the world does it plug in with power? Would this have been, oh no. This is one, I'm guessing that, I don't know if I have this. It's a battery pack that goes in, and then the cable can slot right through there. I have the power supply for the SC55. I'm gonna have to look and see if I have a power supply for this. All right, jeez, I'm back. Okay, I had to charge a battery. I have the one that came in the packaging charging downstairs. This is just one that I had separate. So I put that on the charger, that's fully charged. It's kind of the bad thing about these in a way is that, for one, they only take the low capacity L series batteries. So I have a bunch of the higher capacity ones that have charge, but you can't use that on it. So it's only the lower capacity, and then also, like I had shown for the charger, it takes a specific charger port, so to speak, if you're going to use it on wall power or something like that. So yeah, I'm going to try to get through this one maybe a little quicker, because I don't know how these batteries, although this should be, that should be a full charge. At any rate, this has been a weird video, so I apologize for that. Just one more time, I'm gonna show this here, and the wrist strap is flaking off like crazy. I'm gonna do all this, the top and the bottom. I'm gonna put it over here, let it spin. So I'm gonna let that go for a little bit. I don't think, the more I look at this, I don't think that's the factory remote that would have came with it. I'm about 101% sure it isn't. The other thing I noticed, I'm not sure about on the lens, when this spins around, you'll be able to see, like, it's threaded on the outside of the ring, so I'm not sure if it was made to be like that. So when, like, aftermarket lenses, or a lens was to be threaded on, it would thread on the outside. Usually they thread on the inside, so I'm wondering if there was a cover that was to go over that. This one, see how this one is. So this one's totally different. This one would have threaded on the inside. There's no threads on the outside. You could probably just put a ring. Looks like there's threads on the inside of it too. You could probably just put whatever millimeter diameter size of that ring is to cover it, if it's not to be like that. Any probably aftermarket lens ring would work on that. I think that's totally good. That gets the idea there. I'm gonna set this here. This will be a pretty good one, because I think with the top-down camera, I should be able to do that, and you guys can see everything. I can go over the buttons up here on the top, but let's get into this. See if it works. Okay. There's a tape in it. Didn't sound too bad. Sounded okay. At least it made some noise. Let's switch it to camera. Sick. So I got picture out. Totally. So cool. So good. I'm gonna leave that like that. Let's do the zoom. Zoom is good. I'm gonna try to go over some of these buttons up here. This is the display button. That's taking it on and off. In search, I really can't do anything. Laser link, I can't do anything with either. Fader, yeah. Scrolled through the two different settings, fader, and then another setting there. I'm not sure what that is. Backlight, which is working. Focus lock, working as well. You have the three start-stop modes up here as well, the record modes, and I have that just on the traditional one where press it once to start recording and once to stop. If you're unfamiliar with those, I talk about it in one of my past videos. Looks like we got volume, I think it is up here. That'll be for the playback there. Let's do menu over here. Is that... Let me take this down and see how to get menu. There we go. I don't know why I just wasn't pressing that right, I guess. Let's see, there we go. Sorry about that. So menu is working. Titler, let's take the menu. Well, actually, I'll do the scroll wheel. And it's not jittery either. The scroll wheel is good. Super sick there. All right, let's take the menu off. Titles. Titler. I'm not sure if that's... I'm not sure about the titler. It's odd that the menu right below... Wait a minute. Why is that one not coming on now? So it's on. Not sure about the titler. Maybe that is... I'll have to look that up because, yeah, it's just strange that that one would be working. Let me go through some of these settings here. Steady shot's on, digital zoom is on, record mode is on SP, picture effects are off, program AE is auto, LCD brightness is right in the middle. Don't think you have to be recording to bring up the titler. I thought that that was always something you could see while the camera was in standby mode. But let's try to eject this tape. I don't think there's any more buttons or any more features on it that I can see. Okay, let's try to eject the tape. Sound too bad? All right, the tape ejected properly. I do want to look at the tape though to see if there's any chewing or creasing on it. Doesn't give me any indication if it was like eating the tape. Might be tough for you to see, but I don't see anything on there, so that's good. Yeah, the wrist strap, that flaking on it is kind of a pain, and you want to be careful with that because obviously you don't want to get the flaking down in the tape compartment, so just be careful if you ever experience that. I'm going to try to wipe my hand off because I want to see about the pinch roller in there. It's in there. The lock pin is on top as well. Yeah, and it's secured on there on the post, so that's good too. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, let's try my test tape here. Oh, I was pushing on the wrong side of the door there. All right, let's do one more thing first, or a few more things. Let's just switch. Cool, there's like a little LED or a light indicator when it's on camera. Let's switch it to photo mode. That's crazy. It does not take a memory stick, so I'm guessing the still images are just saved to the tape. Which, in my opinion, even when from way back, it was just like, it's kind of pointless in my opinion, but whatever. Just turned it off. Let's go to VTR. Oh, sick. So I got all the illumination up here, which is great. Either way, I think what I'll do, let me try to record first, play back that recording. Play back after I record to it. So we're recording right now. No error codes, no C errors. Little zoom here. Just move it like that. Just gonna let it record a little bit. So about, yeah, 20 seconds. Okay, cool. Let's stop it. Switch it over to VTR, playback mode. It's kind of interesting too here where these three buttons here become features for the playback. So backlight becomes play. Play indicator here. Hopefully the top down's picking that up. I'm gonna rewind it. Oh. Hit stop, sorry. Yeah, it's kind of unusual the way. Just gotta get used to that. Okay, rewind. Where was volume? Right here. So volume is just over halfway. We'll see. Again, I won't resell this one. It's just, I just want it to work for myself too. Plus, I can go out and shoot some footage with it. I don't have to bring the external recorder with it or along to do that. Yo, this is crazy. Let me try two things. I'm gonna hook it up to the TV for playback, and I really don't necessarily need to clean it up. I was gonna just use some rubbing alcohol and try to get some of this stuff off, and maybe I will, because this is another, these are fast. I don't know what else to do that when they just work. It's so good. I'm gonna fix the wrist strap a little bit. You can see all this stuff flaking off. What I do is I just take it outside and use like a rag or like a light, maybe like a toothbrush, just go over it lightly to get all that flaking off of it. And once you, let's see what I mean, it's crazy. Once you get the majority of the flaking off around the exterior of the wrist strap again, I'll probably just overlay an image. Then it's totally fine. Look at that. Not so. Yeah, let's try to clean it up just a little bit. bit of rubbing alcohol. That'll get all the gunk and some of the maybe glue residue off of it. But man, condition wise, like I said, it's pretty good. There's a little, maybe a discoloration on this. That's the speaker grill there. Just one little, almost looks like a dead pixel or something. Yeah, leave that one off. Yeah, so see this like glue residue just came right off. I'll probably have to use, like, I do have a toothbrush there. Yeah, the front looks great. Top was already good. This side was already good. The bottom is also like damn near perfect. Use this on the LCD screen. Might spin it one more time. Yeah, a little bit of wear on the screen, but it's kind of to be expected. That was cool about this one, the SC55, had that protector on it. So it protects your LCD. It's pretty dope. I like it. So it'd be kind of cool to try to find one for this one as well. Let me try to clean under here. Yeah, I'm not sure if this just discolored from just like time, dirt, debris, but it has a interesting texture to it, and I was wondering if they just kind of turn like a whitish color with age because of what it is, that material. But maybe the top down will pick that up. Condition wise, it's actually really, really nice. Still, I think it would be fair to give it like an 8.5 to a 9. Try to do the lens with this. So good. This is incredible. Sure if the, just being picky on some of this stuff. I don't think the toothbrush is going to get it. I'll probably have to use something else. Looks like just a little bit of like dirt down in there where the zoom is at. Probably can't even see it. Yeah, just sometimes I'm just hypercritical on these. I just want them to look nice too, you know. It's kind of pointless, but it's the way I like to do it. And I'll say, like, kind of why. Like, to me, I've always felt like these camcorders were like little pieces of art, in my opinion, too. You know, the VX 2000, which was always my favorite. Most people's was the 1000, but for me, I was just cosmetically and visually, it just, I don't know, they little works of art, man. Just look like little spaceships or something. So always like to keep them in good condition as well. Now, back in the day, I didn't care. I just used them. But now they're just kind of like art pieces to me. Yeah, let's throw it on here. I must just spin it one more time around. You guys can see how it looks. I mean, this is cool, you know, this is great, man. I'd much rather have videos like this, but it doesn't get This doesn't take it into the educational aspect when, although I wouldn't have tried to fix this one. I have no experience opening something like that up. The other ones are a lot easier, like the one I worked on before, the TRV22 or TR20, whichever one I worked on in the past video when I opened it up. The VXs and PD series are pretty easy to work on as well. But this one, definitely more intricate. See, what is that? A little bit of like wear maybe. So silly, but over here. Can't even see what it is. It's a little bit of dust, dirt. I don't even think it's dirt. I think that's how it was built. Maybe a little bit of what I'm looking at here is on that screw. So I can just use toothbrush, a little bit of rubbing alcohol to clean that one up as well. These are all just nitpick things that are totally irrelevant to most people, probably. Guys, everyone out there, I don't know what else to say. So sick. So now I got the High 8 and the MiniDV, both working. So dope. I'm gonna take this out, shoot some footage with it. But like I said, I'm just gonna throw this one up on the shelf. It's gonna be, just keep it. So, hey, I don't know what else to say. Like I said, sorry the videos are so short. I'm gonna look for a power supply for this one, maybe just to fill, you know, make a complete unit. But yeah, this thing's awesome. I think it's so cool. I just like the uniqueness of it. So different, you know? And you can put that up like that. Maybe, you know, like the little vlog style. Could be recording yourself, see? So, dope. Well, regardless. Oh no, I want to do one more thing. Sorry. One more thing and then I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to hook it up to the TV. See if we get video out. Hopefully it's on video too already. Video 2. Switch it over to playback. And then play. Have to rewind it. Let's turn this up. Should start playing in a second. A little bit of feedback through the 3.5. I should probably try to clean that. I shouldn't have just unplugged it all the way, but regardless. I'm gonna try to clean this port. Maybe I can clear this up right now, so you don't hear the feedback. Same way, just a little bit of rubbing alcohol over the post of this one. I need to get a little bit more, and then nah, this should be good. Just rag, clean off this post. Actually, I do want to get a little bit more. Hopefully that's enough. All right, let's try it again. 20 seconds. Okay, cool. Let's stop it. We'll go back, play it again. Actually, I'm going to go back a little further. Just going to play back a previous recording as well. Not much. I'll try the pause too. I think, yeah, this one's pause. So just to try a few more of the buttons up top here. So we're recording right now. No error codes, no C errors. There's pause. Little zoom here. It's crazy. So record a little bit. Yeah, 20 seconds. Okay, cool. Let's stop it. Again, it's good for me. Super good for me. I just apologize. The videos are a little short. I don't know what else to show or go over. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, of course, leave them in the video there. Hopefully you guys are finding some value in this or enjoying these videos. If you want to or wish, maybe like, comment, subscribe. Leave me, like I said, some comments down below, questions, concerns, or whatever. More videos coming in the future. So yeah, we'll be back for another one then, and see you then. Later.